While filming The Devil's Brigade, tension on set escalated dramatically, with William Holden struggling deeply with personal demons. Consumed by guilt over past decisions and his evolving role in Hollywood, he found himself clashing with fellow cast members and the crew. The pressure of portraying an intense character led him to exhibit erratic behavior, prompting discussions among the team about his state of mind. Despite his attempts to immerse himself in the role, the weight of his conscience generated an overwhelming sense of doubt and anxiety. The environment on set became increasingly volatile, with some colleagues concerned about his well-being. Rather than channeling his usual charm, Holden's mental state contributed to an atmosphere filled with unpredictability and strain. His battle became a poignant reflection of the challenges faced by actors who often carry not just their characters, but also their personal burdens into their work, highlighting the unseen struggles behind the glamorous facade of Hollywood. The film features a group of skilled soldiers composed of both Canadian and American troops who come together during World War II. These soldiers form the 1st Special Service Force, a unique commando outfit created to execute dangerous missions behind enemy lines. The narrative unfolds under the leadership of Colonel Robert Frederick, portrayed by William Holden. The dynamic between the characters adds emotional depth, showcasing camaraderie, bravery, and the challenges of warfare. Cliff Robertson, Vince Edwards, Andrew Prine, Claude Akins, and Richard Jekyll deliver memorable performances, bringing the diverse experiences of their characters to life. The film captures the essence of teamwork, highlighting the cultural differences yet shared goals between the American and Canadian forces. As they face enemy combatants, the soldiers confront their fears and prejudices, learning to trust one another. Themes of sacrifice, honor, and determination resonate throughout, making it a powerful portrayal of brotherhood forged in the heat of battle. The filmmakers focus on action sequences and personal stories, providing a glimpse into the lives of these heroic figures. Their journey emphasizes the importance of collaboration in achieving victory against formidable odds. The film not only entertains but also serves as a tribute to the real-life soldiers who formed this courageous unit, honoring their legacy and the sacrifices made during one of history's most challenging times. In 1968, The Devil's Brigade showcases a striking contrast between two groups of soldiers. On one side, the Canadians stand tall as the epitome of military excellence. They embody discipline, training, and expertise, representing the best that the Canadian Army has to offer. The Canadian soldiers are spit and polished, reflecting their dedication to duty and precision. Their multi-skilled nature allows them to adapt to various combat scenarios, making them a formidable force. Their experience in the field only adds to their reputation, as they approach missions with a sense of duty and camaraderie that is admirable. On the other side, the American soldiers depicted in the film are far from polished. They are portrayed as the dregs of the U.S. Army, a mix of misfits and troublemakers. These American troops lack the discipline found in their Canadian counterparts, often creating chaos rather than order. Their individualistic natures result in constant friction, showcasing their struggles with authority and teamwork. While they may have potential as fighters, their backgrounds leave much to be desired. This clash of cultures and competencies serves as the backdrop for the action and drama that unfolds, emphasizing themes of unity and growth as both sides learn from each other in the heat of battle. As the story unfolds, viewers witness the transformation of Frederick and his men from a group of misfits into a tightly knit and formidable unit. Initially, the characters are seen struggling with differences in background, training, and motivation. However, through Frederick's leadership, each soldier's unique skills are harnessed to create a cohesive fighting force. The men learn to rely on each other, breaking down barriers and building trust. As they prepare for a commando operation in Norway, tensions arise, highlighting individual fears and insecurities. However, when this operation is abruptly cancelled, the focus shifts to their deployment in Italy. In this new setting, they face daunting challenges that test their abilities and resolve. The men's development continues as they distinguish themselves in battle, showcasing not only their military prowess, but also their growth as individuals. Their shared experiences in combat forge lasting friendships and a deep sense of camaraderie, ultimately illustrating the power of unity in overcoming adversity. David Walper, a noted documentary filmmaker, found himself at a turning point in his career when he decided to venture into feature films. In October 1965, he purchased the rights to a book that captured his interest for its intriguing material. Walper's background in documentaries had shaped his view of storytelling, but he wanted to expand his horizons beyond serious subject matter. He was drawn to the combination of truth and drama that the book offered, as it presented a unique opportunity to portray actual events in a cinematic way. The prospect of transforming a story rooted in history into a compelling narrative excited him. He wanted to create a film that not only entertained audiences, but also honored the truth behind the stories of bravery and sacrifice. This motivation fueled his efforts to bring the project to life on screen, ensuring that the film would resonate with viewers while showcasing the real-life experiences that inspired its creation. This blend of truth and artistry would define Wolper's approach to filmmaking, helping him establish a more diverse identity beyond his documentary roots, and ultimately leading to the creation of The Devil's Brigade. Following William Holden's agreement to star in the 1968 film The Devil's Brigade in October 1966, the production team began to shape the cast for this World War II drama. Andrew McLaughlin, a skilled director known for his impactful storytelling, joined the project shortly after, committing to bring the script to life. The film aimed to showcase the unique bond between American and Canadian troops during a pivotal moment in history. However, not all casting decisions came easily. The producers approached several well-known actors for roles, seeking star power to help draw attention to the film. Notably, David Niven, a celebrated British actor known for his charm and wit, declined the opportunity to participate. Similarly, Dan Blocker, famous for his role in the television series Bonanza, also rejected an offer to be part of the cast. These rejections reflected not only personal choices of the actors, but also the competitive nature of Hollywood at the time. The final cast would still be set, allowing the film to move forward with a combination of talent and unique character portrayals that resonated well with audiences. During World War II, the Devil's Brigade played a significant role as a specially trained unit, known formally as the 1st Special Service Force. This unique joint American-Canadian unit was created to tackle tough cold weather mountain warfare missions. Its formation included 3 regiments, each made up of 2 battalions, which allowed for a more effective response to various challenges in different terrains. Although originally intended for deployment in Northern Europe, their missions took an unexpected turn. They were first sent to the Pacific, where they faced complex jungle warfare scenarios. Later, the brigade was deployed during the Italian campaign, where they marked their presence with exemplary courage and effectiveness. Their journey culminated in southern France in 1944, where they continued their legacy of bravery and strategic operations. This dynamic unit set a high standard for special forces, showcasing the strength of teamwork between the American and Canadian troops. Throughout their service, they demonstrated resilience, adapting to the diverse environments they encountered. During its existence, the brigade suffered casualty rates of 39%. This number reflects the intensity and challenges faced by the soldiers during their operations. Soldiers often deal with difficult situations where danger is ever present, leading to such high rates of loss. The soldiers learned various marching techniques to navigate these risks. One particular maneuver, known as ridge step, allows troops to march without maintaining the exact cadence or strict step. Instead, they focus on keeping the right distance and alignment, which is crucial in certain situations. For example, when crossing potentially unsafe bridges, this method helps prevent the soldiers from marching in unison. Marching in perfect step could create vibrations that might harm the bridge. Therefore, adapting their movement in this way becomes not only a practical technique, but a vital safety measure during their missions. Such strategies highlight the brigade's resilience and adaptability in the face of significant dangers. In 1968, the Devil's Brigade depicted a unique and diverse group of soldiers during World War II. Central to the story is the character of Robert Frederick, the real-life commander of the revered Devil's Brigade. Remarkably, Frederick sported a mustache, a detail reflecting his personality and military style. However, while preparing for the film, William Holden, who portrayed Frederick, faced a dilemma regarding the facial hair. Holden, known for his iconic looks, was reluctant to grow a mustache or wear a falsified version for this role. This decision highlighted his commitment to maintaining his on-screen image, which became a point of contention between him and the film's director. In a twist, the same actor later agreed to don a false mustache for his part in The Wild Bunch, released the following year. This change came after several heated discussions with director Sam Peckinpah, showcasing how a character's visual portrayal can sometimes lead to unforeseen creative disagreements. The mustache incident in The Devil's Brigade thus became an interesting footnote in the production, reflecting both the actor's personal choices and the broader challenges in filmmaking related to character authenticity. Amid the backdrop of World War II, The Devil's Brigade offers an intriguing look at the creation of an elite unit combining American and Canadian soldiers. Famous Green Bay Packers running back Paul Hornung makes an unexpected appearance in the film. He plays one of the lumberjacks, joining the raucous brawl scene in a bar. Hornung stands out as the second lumberjack, sporting a classic red flannel shirt, adding an interesting slice of sports history to the narrative. The film itself is well directed, showcasing impressive cinematography and strong performances from its cast. However, it faced an uphill battle upon its release. Just months before, The Dirty Dozen, another war film featuring a star-studded ensemble, captured public attention and dominated the box office. This overshadowing resulted in The Devil's Brigade struggling to find its audience, despite its quality and engaging storyline. The contrast in reception between the two films illustrates how timing and competition in cinematic releases can be just as crucial as the film's content. While exploring the connections within war films of the late 1960s, one cannot overlook the similarities between The Devil's Brigade and The Dirty Dozen. Both movies are set against the backdrop of World War II and showcase unconventional military units. They explore themes of redemption, camaraderie, and the harsh realities faced by soldiers. A notable shared aspect is Richard Jekyll, an actor who graced both films, adding a thread of continuity in the cinematic portrayal of wartime stories. Furthermore, each film brought in notable former professional football players to enhance its rugged characters. In The Dirty Dozen, Jim Brown delivered a powerful performance, bringing his athleticism and charisma to the screen. Meanwhile, The Devil's Brigade saw Paul Hornung, another sports star, embodying a soldier's journey, demonstrating how athletes successfully transition to acting. The interplay of these elements in both films illustrates a unique blend of sports culture and military narratives from that era. While differing in specific plots, the underlying connections enhance their collective impact within the genre, resonating with audiences through character-driven storytelling and shared real-life personas from the world of sports. During the filming of The Devil's Brigade, William Holden showcased a cooperative spirit while shooting in Utah, maintaining a low-profile drinking habit by consuming only wine at night. This approach, however, took a sharp turn once the production relocated to Italy. In this new environment, Holden's drinking escalated significantly, leading to serious concerns about his ability to fulfill his role effectively. The situation became so critical that the production team felt they had no choice but to intervene. To manage Holden's increasingly erratic behavior, and to ensure that the film stayed on track, they reached out for help. A special assistant from Paris was brought in, someone who had previously worked with Holden and understood the complexities of his struggles. This individual's experience proved vital in helping Holden cope with his challenges during the remaining days of filming. The efforts made during this tumultuous period highlight not just the struggles of an iconic actor, but also the behind-the-scenes challenges that can arise in film production. Through cooperation and effective intervention, the team sought to secure the successful completion of the movie and support Holden during a difficult time. In 1968, The Devil's Brigade explores the life of Colonel Jim Holden, who struggles deeply with feelings of guilt and alcohol use throughout his adult years. His complicated emotions arise from a strong sense of patriotism mingled with regret for not experiencing combat during World War II. Though Holden did enlist with noble intentions, his celebrity status took him away from the front lines, relegating him instead to roles such as participating in rallies, talent shows, and creating military training films. This stark contrast becomes a source of inner turmoil for him as he watches his brother face the dangers of war, serving in combat while he remains behind. As Holden grapples with his choices, the film highlights the painful impact of unfulfilled duty and how it can lead to coping mechanisms like excessive drinking. The narrative captures his battle not just against the external challenges of wartime, but also his internal battles, a poignant reminder of how unresolved feelings can manifest in destructive ways, showing that even those with the greatest intentions can feel the weight of their decisions and circumstances. Even though Holden served bravely during World War II, the news of his brother's death on January 4, 1944, cast a long shadow over his life. His brother's plane was shot down in the South Pacific, leaving Holden grappling with feelings of guilt that he could not shake off. This loss affected him not only during the war, but lingered as a constant companion in his later years. The burden of surviving when his brother did not weigh heavily on him? He often reflected on their relationship, and the moments they shared, questioning if he could have done something to prevent the tragedy. Those thoughts became a part of his daily life, influencing his actions and choices. Holden struggled with his emotions. The guilt turned into a silent struggle, one that made it difficult for him to find peace. Even after his service ended, the feelings persisted, a reminder of the price of war, and the ties of brotherhood that shaped his journey through life. The haunting memories of his brother served as a testament to the struggles many faced during that time. This complex mix of heroism and heartache marked not just Holden's service, but also his entire life. The lasting imprint of such a loss often leads to reflections on duty, sacrifice, and the deep connections that shape our human experience. On November 12, 1981, a significant figure in cinema faced a tragic end. Holden, known for his roles in films and significant charity work, experienced a shocking accident in his apartment. The circumstances of his death involved severe intoxication, which led to a head injury from which he would not recover. After 4 days of no contact, he was found, a grim discovery that highlighted the tragic turn his life had taken. His passing came as a surprise to many who admired him not only for his film career, but also for his philanthropic efforts. Following his death, there was no formal funeral or memorial service, a choice that may reflect his wishes for privacy even in death. Instead, he was cremated, and his ashes were scattered in the Pacific Ocean, a poignant farewell that resonated with the natural beauty he appreciated. This event cast a shadow over his legacy, reminding admirers of the fragility of life despite the success and acclaim he had achieved throughout his career. The Devil's Brigade, released in 1968, stands as a notable entry in the war film genre, particularly in the context of its close relation to the better-known The Dirty Dozen, which premiered just months earlier. Both films share similar narratives and inspirations, focusing on groups of military misfits who undergo rigorous training for high-stakes missions during World War II. However, while The Dirty Dozen is loosely based on the Filthy 13, The Devil's Brigade honors in on a more factual account, taking cues from the exploits of the 1st Special Service Force, known as the Black Devils, which notably included both American and Canadian soldiers. Critics note that The Devil's Brigade can feel more Hollywoodized than its counterpart, with certain historical liberties taken that have prompted some real-life veterans of the unit to express their discontent. One significant point of contention involves the film's depiction of the brigade's interactions with locals in Helena, Montana, where most of their training took place. What is reduced to a saloon altercation on screen fails to capture the warmth and camaraderie that characterize the unit's relationship with the community. This simplification has not gone unnoticed, and while it might serve the film's narrative pacing, it detracts from the authenticity that some viewers seek in war films. Filming primarily took place at a military base in Lehigh, Utah, a stand-in for the original Montana location. This decision made practical sense given the logistics, while also allowing for a visually appealing backdrop that reflects the ruggedness of the training environment. The film navigates through its first half in this dilapidated camp, leading to moments of camaraderie among the soldiers that allude to the deeper bonds forged through shared adversity. While the Devil's Brigade is often regarded as inferior to the Dirty Dozen, it still offers unique strengths of its own. The climactic battle sequence, which showcases the brigade's assault on a German stronghold in northern Italy, stands out as an impressive and well-staged depiction of combat. This contrast to the opulent backdrop of the final mission in The Dirty Dozen provides a more visceral representation of the harsh realities of warfare. Critics highlight that although it may be difficult to eclipse the iconic presence of Lee Marvin, who led the unit in the earlier film, William Holden brings a strong performance to his role as the commanding officer. Despite Holden being somewhat older than the historical commander, his portrayal delivers the gravitas necessary for the character. Among the film's highlights are several noteworthy scenes, such as the mess hall encounter where soldiers are introduced to hand-to-hand combat techniques. This moment, along with the chaotic yet amusing saloon brawl, serves to break the tension and enrich character development, even if some portrayals, like that of Claude Akins as PVT Rockman, register as overly melodramatic. This particular scene, underscoring his emotional reaction to a comrade's death, has been perceived as an exaggeration that detracts from the more grounded veteran's experiences. Overall, The Devil's Brigade presents itself as a well-crafted film that, despite its critiques, offers an engaging viewing experience for fans of the genre. Its combination of humor, action, and human drama creates a narrative that resonates with audiences, making it a reasonable choice for those looking for late 60s war films. While it may not surpass the heights of The Dirty Dozen, it nonetheless holds its own, offering a compelling mix that captures the spirit of a unique military unit. This film is likely to appeal to viewers interested in stories of resilience and brotherhood set against the tumult of war. As we delve into the thrilling narrative of the Devil's Brigade, a fascinating layer unfolds, revealing the lives of those who brought the story to life. The film, based on the true events of a diverse group of soldiers during World War II, captivates with its blend of action and history. But what happened to the talented cast after the cameras stopped rolling? Many embarked on journeys filled with unexpected twists, struggling with their own battles off-screen, while others soared to new heights in their careers. Their personal stories intertwine with their time on set, offering insights that go beyond mere roles. Join us as we explore the paths taken by these actors, discovering intriguing tales of success, hardship, and resilience that add depth to their on-screen characters. This exploration promises to shed light on the hidden chapters of their lives, inviting you to see the human side of those who shared this unforgettable war story. James Craig portrayed Major General Camp in the 1968 film The Devil's Brigade, embodying a character marked by intensity and complexity. His performance captured the unwavering determination and gritty resolve required in the narrative of elite soldiers during World War II. However, Craig's portrayal was not just limited to his role in the film. It reflected his own personal battles. After acting, Craig faced a decline in his career, characterized by limited roles and fading fame. He became embroiled in a controversial divorce scandal in the 1970s, which was heavily publicized and weighed on his public image. Through these challenges, Craig continued to fight against the shadows of his past. He struggled with the pressures of Hollywood and a personal life marred by conflict. In his later years, not much is known about his activities. He stepped further from the spotlight, seeking peace after years of turbulence. The last known information regarding him is sparse and clouded in mystery, leaving traces of a once celebrated actor facing life's harsh realities. Harry Carey Jr. portrayed Captain Rose in The Devil's Brigade, showcasing a rugged determination integral to both his character and the film's narrative. Carey brought depth to the role, embodying a soldier with a complex mix of grit and vulnerability. His performance revealed not just the bravery of a leader, but also hinted at personal struggles faced by those in wartime. Throughout his career, Carey appeared in numerous westerns and dramas, earning respect for his authenticity and emotional range. Off-screen, Carey's life was marked by challenges, including a tumultuous childhood impacted by his father's early death. He faced personal hardships with resilience, dealing with periods of financial instability and health issues, including 2 significant battles with cancer later in life. Despite the darkness, Carey maintained a reputation for being warm-hearted and generous, often sharing stories about his experiences in the film industry. Carey continued to act until his later years, with his last role in the 2000 film The Dark and the Wicked. He lived until the age of 91, passing away in 2012. His legacy endures through his memorable performances and the lives he touched. Michael Rennie portrayed Lieutenant General Mark Clark with a blend of authority and complexity in the 1968 film The Devil's Brigade. Clark, recognized for his strategic prowess during World War II, finds himself leading a group of misfit soldiers in the film. Rennie's performance captures the tension and moral ambiguity of a leader facing challenges beyond the battlefield, reflecting the real Mark Clark's struggles with commanding respect and achieving success amidst the chaos of war. Following the film, Rennie's career shifted, facing notable challenges. His once prominent status in film began to wane. He faced personal hardships, including a significant health scare when he dealt with tuberculosis, lingering from the late 1960s. Rennie's relationships were often tumultuous, hinting at a life overshadowed by scandals and struggles to navigate the Hollywood scene. By the late 1970s, he found himself largely out of the public eye, and he passed away in 1971. His influence is still felt, though details about his final years remain sparse. Richard Jekyll appeared as Private Omar Greco in the 1968 film The Devil's Brigade, a character embodying the complexity of war and camaraderie. Greco often showcased bravery, even as he grappled with personal fears, reflecting the internal struggle soldiers face in battle. Jekyll's portrayal added depth to the unit's dynamic, making Greco a memorable part of the film. Following this role, Jekyll continued to work in film and television, often cast as tough, rugged characters. He enjoyed success in projects like The Dirty Dozen and earned recognition for his performances in various television series and movies throughout the 70s and 80s. Despite his on-screen successes, Jekyll faced significant personal hardships. His earlier struggles with alcoholism threatened both his career and personal life. This battle with addiction marked a dark chapter, influencing his relationships and work. He also dealt with bouts of depression, which often accompanied the pressures of fame. Later in life, Jekyll continued to act but gradually stepped away from the limelight. His last known role was in 1997, and he passed away from cancer in 2008. The complexities of his life and career reveal a man who, despite external success, faced profound internal challenges that many could relate to. William Holden portrayed Lieutenant Colonel Robert T. Frederick in The Devil's Brigade, capturing the complex nature of a dedicated leader during World War II. His character represented a blend of toughness and vulnerability, reflecting the true essence of military command under pressure. Holden brought depth to Frederick, showcasing not only his tactical genius, but also the weight of moral dilemmas faced in wartime. The film provided a glimpse into bravery and the cost of loyalty, mirroring Holden's own tumultuous personal life. Following the film, Holden's career continued to be marked by significant achievements, but also serious personal struggles. He battled alcoholism, with episodes that led to public scandal, including a notorious incident where he was arrested for a drunk driving offense. His relationships were complex. He had affairs, notably with actress Audrey Hepburn and multiple others, often finding it hard to maintain long-term commitments. This instability contributed to a sense of loneliness that shadowed him throughout his life. Holden's later years were impacted by declining health and a growing disillusionment with Hollywood, often retreating to his estate in the Los Angeles area. He became increasingly dedicated to humanitarian causes, focusing on wildlife conservation and serving on several boards. In 1981, he tragically died from injuries sustained in a fall at his home. His life story remains a combination of cinematic achievement and personal tragedy, leaving behind a legacy marked by creativity and a haunting sense of loss, reminding us that even stars cope with their shadows. Last known information about Holden maintains an air of mystery about the man behind the legend, highlighting both his work and the darker tales of his life. Dana Andrews played Brigadier General Walter Naylor in the 1968 film The Devil's Brigade, embodying a complex character marked by leadership and military strategy. Naylor's role involved leading a unique group of soldiers in World War II, showcasing themes of bravery and determination. Andrews' portrayal brought depth to the character, reflecting the internal struggles often faced by military leaders. Following the film, Dana Andrews' life took many twists. He battled alcoholism, which affected both his career and personal relationships. His struggles were well documented in the tabloids, revealing a darker side to his celebrity image. Despite his successes in films during the 1940s and 1950s, including Laura and The Best Years of Our Lives, he faced decline due to personal demons and changing industry trends. Andrews eventually distanced himself from Hollywood after becoming disenchanted with the studio system. Later in life, he found some peace, living quietly in California until his passing in 1992. The complexities of his life serve as a reminder of the pressures actors often face. In the 1968 film The Devil's Brigade, Vince Edwards plays Major Cliff Bricker, a character that embodies bravery, conflict, and leadership amidst the chaos of war. Edwards portrays Bricker as a determined officer who must navigate the complexities of military politics while forging a special unit of misfits. This role showcases his ability to balance toughness with vulnerability, illustrating the pressures of command in unpredictable circumstances. Following his success in The Devil's Brigade, Edwards continued to work in television and film, becoming well known for his role in the series Ben Casey. However, his life was not without challenges. Edwards faced personal hardships, including a turbulent marriage, and struggles with the pressures of fame. He dealt with the loss of his home in a fire, and faced accusations about his business dealings, including a lawsuit in the early 1980s. In his later years, he was known for hosting diverse genres of entertainment, and branched out into directing. Vince Edwards passed away in 1996, leaving behind a legacy marked not just by his roles on screen, but also by a life punctuated with struggles and resilience. Last known information indicates he was in poor health before his death due to pancreatic cancer. leaving fans to remember him as a complex figure both on and off the screen. Carroll O'Connor's portrayal of Major General Maxwell Hunter in the 1968 film The Devil's Brigade provided a compelling blend of authority and complexity. Hunter is a tough leader who embodies both the weight of command and the moral dilemmas faced in war. His performance emphasized not only military bravado, but also the interpersonal struggles within a diverse fighting unit. This role set a tone for O'Connor's career, as he often took on characters grappling with deep moral questions. After The Devil's Brigade, O'Connor's career continued to flourish, most notably through his iconic role as Archie Bunker in the groundbreaking sitcom All in the Family. His sharp wit and daunting presence shone a light on social issues, but also drew criticism for the controversial nature of his character, leading to public debates about race and gender. O'Connor faced significant challenges in his personal life, including the death of his son from a drug overdose, which profoundly affected him and led him to speak out against substance abuse. He battled weight issues most of his life, undergoing gastric bypass surgery in 1994, a decision that garnered public attention. In the last years of his life, O'Connor dealt with a number of health problems, including diabetes and heart issues, which limited his ability to work. He remained a beloved public figure until his death in 2001. Today, O'Connor's legacy lives on not just in his memorable roles, but also in his candid discussions about his struggles, making him a figure of both triumph and tragedy. Andrew Prine portrayed PVT, Theodore Ransom, in the 1968 film The Devil's Brigade, a character marked by complexity and grit. His performance offered a glimpse into the struggles soldiers faced during World War II, embodying themes of camaraderie and conflict. After this role, Prine's career continued evolving, though not without turmoil. He appeared in various television shows and movies, gaining recognition in horror and thriller genres. However, Prine's life outside acting often shadowed his career. He faced personal challenges, including a tumultuous marriage to actress Joanna P. Prine, and subsequent divorces, which often brought public scrutiny. His involvement in the entertainment industry sometimes led to controversial projects, including accusations of typecasting in specific roles. Prine's struggles with health issues, including respiratory problems later in life, added a layer of hardship to his story. His last known information highlights a reclusive lifestyle, focusing on painting and writing, with the public last spotting him in a small role in a TV show late in his career. Despite challenges and public intrigue, Prine remains an enigmatic figure. Richard Dawson played PVT, Hugh MacDonald, in the 1968 movie The Devil's Brigade, showcasing his ability to embody complex, troubled characters. MacDonald, a soldier with a background that hinted at inner demons and struggles with authority, became a vessel for Dawson's powerful acting skills. This role was significant not just for its emotional depth, but also for how it contrasted with Dawson's later, lighter television persona. After The Devil's Brigade, Dawson's career took a turn towards television, with notable gigs on shows like Hogan's Heroes, and as a charismatic host on The Family Feud. However, beneath the surface of his public image lay personal battles. He faced struggles in marriage and family life, notably the dissolution of his first marriage to Diana Dors, a well-known actress, which brought public scrutiny and scandal. Dawson's tumultuous relationships highlighted his more vulnerable side. Additionally, his move to the United States came with challenges, including adapting to a new culture and industry. In the later years of his life, Dawson faced health issues, including a battle with esophageal cancer, which ultimately led to his death in 2012. His legacy remains intertwined with both his contributions to entertainment and the personal struggles that shaped him. Dawson continues to be remembered for his charisma and complexity, reflecting the layers of a man who navigated fame with both triumphs and tribulations. In the 1968 movie The Devil's Brigade, Jack Watson portrayed the character Corporal Peacock, a role marked by determination and grit in a tale of military valor that delves into the complexities of war. Watson's performance brought depth to Peacock, highlighting the struggles faced by soldiers in a brutal environment. After the film, Jack Watson's career did not achieve the same level of recognition. However, he remained active in the film and television industry throughout the 1970s and 1980s, often taking on supporting roles. Beyond his career in entertainment, Watson faced personal challenges. He dealt with the pressures of fame and the emotional toll of acting, which led to a struggle with depression. Reports of financial troubles surfaced in the late 1990s, a stark contrast to his earlier successes. Watson's later years became shrouded in mystery as he stepped away from the public eye. The last known details about him are sparse and sketchy, with no updates following his passing in 2008. His legacy remains defined by his impactful performance in The Devil's Brigade and the enigmatic life that followed. Norman Alden portrayed Lieutenant in the 1968 film The Devil's Brigade, where his character embodied the gritty determination of soldiers tasked with difficult missions. Alden's performance left an impression on viewers, showcasing the struggles and camaraderie among the elite unit. The role was a notable entry during a time when war films aimed to depict the psychological toll of combat on individuals. After The Devil's Brigade, Alden's career spanned various television shows and movies, revealing a versatile actor with a talent for both drama and comedy. However, his life was not without hardship. Alden faced challenges with addiction and suffered personal losses that deeply affected him. He was part of a turbulent industry, experiencing highs and lows that included near fame and near obscurity. In his later years, he lived a more quiet life, grappling with health issues that mirrored the darker themes found within some of his roles. As of the last updates, Alden's whereabouts became less known, and his legacy, while significant in the realm of acting, exists in shadows, echoing a life both celebrated and marked by struggle. Claude Akins skillfully embodied the character PVT, Rocky Rockman, in the 1968 film The Devil's Brigade. This role showcased his ability to bring depth to a character that was tough yet vulnerable, navigating the chaos of war alongside his fellow soldiers. Acclaimed for his commanding presence, Akins portrayed the struggles of a soldier facing both physical and moral dilemmas, reflecting the broader themes of camaraderie and sacrifice present in the film. Following this performance, Akins enjoyed a varied and successful career, often cast in roles that capitalized on his rugged persona. He appeared in numerous movies and television shows, including the hit series Moving On, where he played a truck driver, further solidifying his status as a versatile actor. However, Akins faced significant personal hardships throughout his life. He endured the pressures of Hollywood, grappling with typecasting and the challenges of maintaining relevance. His marriage to his first wife, which ended in divorce, added further strain. Scandals surrounding personal relationships frequently dogged him, and he battled the darker sides of fame, including bouts of depression. By the end of his life, Akins had somewhat faded from the public eye, though he continued to work occasionally, leaving behind a complex legacy. The last known details indicate he passed away in 1994, remembered both for his contributions to film and the challenges he faced. In the 1968 film The Devil's Brigade, Cliff Robertson plays Major Alan Crown, a complex role that showcases his ability to portray multidimensional characters. Crown, a leader of a diverse group of soldiers, embodies tension and conflict as he navigates the challenges of command and camaraderie against a backdrop of World War II. Robertson's portrayal highlights the struggles of loyalty and the weight of responsibility, adding depth to a character shaped by the harsh realities of war. Following the film, Robertson faced challenges in his career despite his talents. He struggled with being typecast and found it difficult to secure leading roles in Hollywood. This was compounded by a scandal in 1977 when Robertson spoke candidly about the industry's battle with drug use, which disrupted many careers. The fallout impacted his standing in Hollywood, but he continued to work, appearing in notable projects like the television miniseries The Winds of War. Robertson's life was marked by highs and lows, including a tumultuous marriage with actress Dina Merrill that ended in divorce and personal battles with depression. He found himself in legal disputes and faced a series of health issues in later years, yet continued to work intermittently. In 2000, he received an Academy Award for his performance in the short film Ray Bradbury's Kaleidoscope, affirming his enduring talent. In his later years, he became involved with the New York City arts community, advocating for film preservation. Robertson passed away in 2011, leaving behind a legacy that intertwines talent and turbulence, with his final years marked by a quiet dedication to the arts. Don McGowan's portrayal of Luke Phelan in the 1968 film The Devil's Brigade is marked by depth and complexity, capturing the character's struggles and moral dilemmas in a gritty setting. Phelan, a soldier in a ragtag unit during World War II, embodies the bravery and conflict of individuals who are often seen as outcasts. McGowan's commanding presence and nuanced performance brought authenticity to the role. After The Devil's Brigade, McGowan's career faced ups and downs, with appearances in various television series and films, including roles in shows like The Fugitive and The Big Valley. However, personal challenges overshadowed his professional life. He experienced financial difficulties and was involved in troubled relationships. These hardships were compounded by the shadow of an onset injury that haunted him for years. Later in life, he seemed to fade from the public eye, with limited information available on his activities. He passed away in 2018, leaving behind a legacy tinged with both artistic contributions and personal tribulations. The Devil's Brigade, released in 1968, stands out as a captivating war film that showcased not just thrilling action, but also the personal struggles and triumphs of its cast. Starring William Holden and Cliff Robertson, the film highlights the formation of the 1st Special Forces Unit during World War II, blending historical challenges with deep characters. For those who grew up watching this movie, it likely sparked memories of family movie nights or discussions around resilience and teamwork. The performances of the actors brought depth to the story, which could resonate with anyone facing tough challenges in their own lives. If you watched The Devil's Brigade in your childhood, take a moment to reflect on the memories that come to mind. Did it inspire you? Did it remind you of a loved one or a significant moment? We'd love to hear your stories and experiences. Please share them in the comments.